It's 6 a.m. in Miyazaki, Japan. A thick blanket of fog covers the sprawling mango orchards, shrouding thousands of trees heavy with ripening fruit. The air is thick with humidity and the promise of a scorching summer's day. Among the trees, Hiroshi Nakamura, 67, pulls on a blue plastic glove, his face creased with the seriousness of a surgeon. With the reverence of a priest, he reaches out and gently strokes the taut skin of a mango, feeling for imperfections. Only when his fingers encounter absolute smoothness and perfection does he allow the fruit to be harvested. This is the Taiyo no Tamago, the egg of the sun. And today is the day Nakamura's years of devotion may finally pay off. It's May 2019 and all eyes are on Nakamura's prized pair of mangoes, patiently awaiting their turn at the famous Miyazaki Central Wholesale Fruit Auction House. Once there, the competition is fierce. Impeccable mangoes from neighboring farms are already on display, each one vying for the attention of wealthy fruit connoisseurs and gourmet chefs. The auctioneer, Takeshi Yamamoto, 59, surveys the room, gauging the mood. He knows that in front of him are more than just fruits. These are legacies, reputations, and fortunes. And he is about to make history. But why are these mangoes worth so much? You may have heard about the $250,000 durian that sold in Singapore or the $100,000 pineapple that went up for grabs in Hawaii, but compared to these exorbitant prices, the humble mango seems almost negligible. So what makes this particular mango worth $4,500? The answer lies in the painstaking care and extreme measures taken to grow and refine the Taiyo no Tamago. It all starts with the soil. The small town of Miyazaki in Japan's southernmost prefecture is known for producing some of the best mangoes in the country. The soil here is naturally rich in minerals, and the climate is perfectly suited for growing mangoes, but to produce a fruit as perfect as the Taiyo no Tamago, the soil must be absolutely flawless. Nakamura and other growers spend hours meticulously cleaning the soil around each tree, removing even the smallest impurities and replacing it with nutrient-rich compost. Next comes the water. Each mango tree requires a constant supply of clean, fresh water to thrive. The growers in Miyazaki have invested in state-of-the-art irrigation systems that ensure each tree receives exactly the amount of water it needs. But it's not just about quantity. It's also about quality. The water used for irrigation is filtered to remove any impurities that could affect the taste or texture of the mango. But perhaps the most important factor in producing the perfect mango is the sheer dedication of the farmers themselves. Many of them have been growing mangoes for decades and have passed down their knowledge and skills from generation to generation. They know exactly how much sunlight, water, and nutrients each tree needs to produce the perfect fruit. The Taiyo no Tamago must meet impossibly strict criteria. Each fruit must weigh at least 350 grams, have a sugar content of 15% or higher, and display a perfect gradient from deep red to golden yellow. But beyond the measurements, there's something intangible, the perfection that speaks to the soul. Drive Kenji Matsuda, an agricultural scientist at Miyazaki University, explains it simply. It's the ultimate expression of nature's beauty and the farmer's devotion, he says. Nakamura feels that devotion every day as he walks among his mango trees, talking to them, feeling their leaves, and adjusting their branches to maximize sunlight exposure. He knows every tree personally, and each one is a source of pride and joy. For Nakamura, growing mangoes is more than just a job, it's a way of life. He wakes up before dawn and spends his days tending to his trees, pruning branches, fertilizing the soil, and protecting the fruit from pests and diseases. He doesn't take any holidays, and he works 7 days a week. It's a lonely existence, but Nakamura doesn't mind. He's too focused on his mission to produce the perfect mango. He believes that his mangoes are special, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to prove it. And then there's Takeshi Yamamoto, the auctioneer. He's seen a lot of mangoes in his 40 years at the fruit market, but none as perfect as the Taiyo no Tamago. When Nakamura's mangoes were brought to the auction, Yamamoto knew he had to do something special. "I've never seen fruit like this before," he recalls thinking. I wanted the world to know that these mangoes were perfect. So when it was time to auction off Nakamura's mangoes, Yamamoto took to the podium with a flourish. He announced the mango's exceptional quality and urged the crowd to bid accordingly. So what makes these mangoes so special? Well, for starters, they're incredibly rare. Only a handful of mango growers in Miyazaki Prefecture can produce the Taiyu no Tamago. It takes years to master the techniques required to grow such a perfect fruit, and only the most dedicated and skilled farmers can succeed. The Taiyu no Tamago also benefits from a growing demand for luxury fruit. In recent years, there's been a surge in popularity for high-end fruits like black truffles, beluga caviar, and saffron. And the Taiyu no Tamago is no exception. Rich businessmen and gourmet chefs are willing to pay top dollar for these mangoes because they know they're getting something truly special. Finally, there's the sheer beauty of the Taiyu no Tamago. Its vibrant golden color and luscious, creamy texture make it a feast for the eyes and the palate. When you cut into a ripe Taiyu no Tamago, the aroma fills the entire room. It's a sweet, intoxicating fragrance that's hard to forget. Of course, not everyone can afford to pay $4,500 for a pair of mangoes. But that doesn't mean you can't appreciate their beauty and perfection. If you ever get the chance to try a Taiyu no Tamago, don't hesitate. It's an experience that will stay with you long after the last bite. But as the sun sets over Miyazaki, a sense of melancholy falls over Nakamura. He knows that the Taiyu no Tamago may be the most expensive mango in the world, but he also knows that it's just a fruit. No matter how perfect or beautiful it is, it's still just a mango. But as Nakamura gazes at the rows of mango trees swaying gently in the evening breeze, he realizes that the Taiyu no Tamago isn't just a fruit. It's a symbol of hope, dedication, and the endless pursuit of perfection. It represents the countless farmers who have dedicated their lives to growing the perfect mango and the unwavering human spirit that refuses to give up in the face of adversity. As the final rays of sunlight paint the sky in hues of orange and purple, Nakamura bows his head in gratitude for the gift that he has been given. He may never know the true value of his Taiyu no Tamago, but he doesn't need to. He sees it every day in the smiles of his customers, in the appreciation of his fellow farmers, and in the beauty of the fruit itself. For Nakamura, the Taiyu no Tamago is more than just a mango. It's a way of life.